Welcome, everyone. Well, certainly for us people of the North and the Gewedanong, the days are certainly getting a lot shorter and our nights are becoming a lot longer. So, hello, my name is Tina Stevens. I am the president of the CHF Canada Board. I am an Algonquin Ojibwe woman from Kittatinzibi and Kettle and Stony Point, and have lived in London, Ontario for many years. The first ever CHF Canada Virtual Education Forum has been designed for members to come together safely during the pandemic, to learn from each other, to lean on each other, and to celebrate our achievements and strength and our shared experiences. You, our members, told us in 2018 through a member resolution, if you can remember that far ago, that truth and reconciliation for and with Indigenous people of Canada was important. You had asked CHF Canada to find ways to encourage and to help all members across Canada to take part in reconciliation. We spent time asking and hearing what members felt, what they thought, what they needed, and what they hoped for. That was just the beginning. We have taken the first steps of our reconciliation journey and hope to navigate the journey together with you, the members, the staff, and the CHF Canada Board and Ontario Council. Our Reconciliation Toolkit, launched earlier this year on Indigenous Peoples Day on June 21st, showed you the steps you could take along this journey. These steps, as outlined in the toolkit, include knowing and honoring Indigenous land and the rights of Indigenous people, good process for reconciliation by acting with respect for Indigenous ways, elders, and knowledge keepers, and of course, healing relationships through the use of art, learning, and by engaging with each other to build that trust that is needed, and action for meaningful change, to dismantle racism and support positive steps that can be taken. The toolkit is adorned with beautiful artwork from Nilakwisis, a Cree two-spirit artist from Wapmacgostuwe, Quebec. It has ideas posters that I urge you to print, share, and promote within your co-op. To start you on your beautiful journey of learning, I share with you a creation story of my people and Turtle Island. Now you may hear a number of different creation stories, as many of our different nations have their own creation stories. And this is just one creation story specifically for the creation of Turtle Island. For the Ojibwe Anishinaabe people, long ago after the Great Mystery, or Kitchimanitu, first peopled the earth, the Anishinaabe, or original people, strayed from their harmonious ways and began to argue and fight with one another. Brothers turned against brothers, and soon the Anishinaabe were killing one another over hunting grounds and others. Seeing that harmony, brotherhood, sisterhood, and respect for all living things no longer prevailed on earth, Kitchimanitu decided to purify the earth. He did this with the water. The water came in the form of a great flood, or Mushkobobwin, upon the earth, destroying the Anishinaabe people and most of the animals as well. Only Nanebojo, the central figure in many of the Anishinaabe oral traditions, was able to survive the flood, along with their traditions, along with the few animals and birds who managed to swim and fly. Nanebojo floated on a huge log searching for land, but none was to be found, as the earth was now covered by the great flood. Nanebojo allowed the remaining animals and birds to take turns resting on the log as well. Finally, Nanebojo spoke. "I am going to do something," he said. "I'm going to swim to the bottom of this water and grab a handful of earth. With this small bit of earth, I believe we can create a new land for us to live on with the help of the four winds and Kitchimanitou." So Nanebojo dived into the water and was gone for a very long time. Finally, he surfaced, and so short of breath, and he told the animals that the water is too deep for him to swim to the bottom. All were silent. Finally, Mong, the loon, spoke up. "I can dive under the water for a long way. That is how I catch my food. And I will try to make it to the bottom and return with some earth in my beak." The loon disappeared and was gone for a very long time. Surely, thought the others, the loon must have drowned. Then they saw him float to the surface, weak and nearly unconscious. "I couldn't make it. There must be no bottom to this water," he gasped. Then Jingibius, the hell diver, came forward and said, "I will try next. Everyone knows I can dive great distances." So Helldriver went under. Again a very long time passed, and the others thought he was surely drowned. At last he too floated to the surface. He was unconscious, and not till he came to could he relate to the others that he too was unable to fetch the earth from the bottom. Many more animals tried but failed, including Zhangguaj, the mink, and even Mishke, the turtle. All failed, and it seemed as though there was no way to get the much-needed earth from the bottom. Then a soft, muffled voice was heard. "I can do it." It spoke softly. At first no one could see who it was who spoke up. Then the little Wajashk muskrat stepped forward. "I'll try," he repeated. Some of the other, bigger, more powerful animals laughed at Muskrat. Nanebojo spoke up. "Only Kitchimanitou can place judgment on others. If Muskrat wants to try, he should be allowed to." So Muskrat dove into the water. He was gone much longer than any of the others who tried to reach the bottom. After a while, Nanebojo and the other animals were certain that Muskrat had gave his life trying to reach the bottom. Far below the water surface, Muskrat had in fact reached the bottom. Very weak from lack of air, he grabbed some earth in his paw, and with all the energy he could muster, began to swim for the surface. One of the animals spotted Muskrat as he floated to the surface. Nanebojo pulled him up onto the log. "Brothers and sisters," Nanebojo said, "Muskrat went too long without air. He is dead." A song of mourning and praise was heard across the water as Muskrat's spirit passed on to the spirit world. Suddenly, Nanebojo exclaimed, "Look! There is something in his paw." Nanebojo carefully opened the tiny paw. Nanebojo carefully opened that tiny paw. All the animals gathered close to see what was held so tightly there. Muskrat's paw opened and revealed a small ball of earth. The animals all shouted with joy. Muskrat sacrificed his life so that life on earth could begin anew. Nanebojo took the piece of earth from Muskrat's paw. Just then, the turtle swam forward and said, "Use my back to bear the weight of this piece of earth. With the help of Kitchi-Manitou, we can now make a new earth." Nanebojo put the piece of earth on the turtle's back. Suddenly, the wind blew from each of the 4 directions. The tiny piece of earth on the turtle's back began to grow. It grew and grew and grew until it formed a minase, or island, in the water. The island grew larger and larger, but still the turtle bore the weight of the earth on his back. Nanebojo and the animals all sang and danced in a widening circle on the growing island. After a while, the 4 winds ceased to blow, and the waters became still. A huge island sat in the middle of the water, and today that island is known as Turtle Island, or North America. Traditional Indian people, including the Ojibwe, hold special reverence for the turtle who sacrificed his life and made life possible for the Earth's second people. To this day, the muskrat has been given a good life. No matter that marshes have been drained and their homes destroyed in the name of progress, the muskrat continues to survive and multiply. The muskrats do their part in remembering the Great Flood. They build their homes in the shape of a little ball of earth and the island that was formed from it. In the beginning of creation, there was nothing but water everywhere, and no land could be seen. On the waves, a canoe floated, and a man sat in it and wept because he had no idea what would happen. After a while, a muskrat climbed onto the canoe and said, "Greetings, grandfather. Why are you crying?" The man answered, "I have been here a long time, and I cannot find any land." The muskrat replied, "But there is earth under all this water." The man asked the muskrat to get him some land, and the muskrat dove down and came up with both paws full of mud. He dove again and brought up a ball of earth in his mouth. The man did not think this was enough land to live on. The man asked the muskrat if he was all alone, and the muskrat answered, "No." The muskrat gave out a call, and the animal chiefs of the waters swam up to the canoe. The first to come was a white muskrat. "I hear that you want to see us," the white muskrat said to the man. "Yes," answered the man, "I want you to bring me some earth so I can make the world. I will make it a good world where we all can live. The animals agreed, and they all began to dive. They all brought up earth, and the man they called grandfather kneaded the mud that they brought and molded into a long column that reached from the surface of the water to the earth beneath it, and continued to add with the help of the animals. In time, they would create a world of trees, mountains, and beauty for all to live. This is the kind of creation story that has been passed down from generations to generations from our great-great-great-grandfathers and grandmothers. It is a creation story that is built around love, kindness, humility, truth, and all that is contained within the seven grandfather teachings. I hope that this story and everything that we do as we walk along the path of reconciliation will bring us together just as the animals came together to work together in this creation story, to go forward, to be able to walk with one another, and to create the unity that is needed to begin the steps of reconciliation. It is this type of creation story and other truths that will be needed in the education to realize the truths. And once we understand those truths, we can continue along the journey to begin reconciliation. I'm so proud of CHF Canada in being able to put forth the efforts to take members into this realm of unknown education. And we will continue to share it. And we hope that you will share our journey with us. So thank you for this time to be able to address you, to be able to share this story, and to be able to have the hope and strength in everything that we do to make reconciliation possible. So miigwech, miigwech, and miigwech, miigwech, in all four directions. Again, thank you. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you as members. And we can do this, and we will do this together.